Hello there! You'll see that today isn't like our usual jaunts. It's a picturesque spot, but we've only been granted full access to half of the park. Apparently, the owner will give us strict orders for when we work on the other half.
That's odd. Do we know who the owner is?
I haven't the foggiest. This was all arranged with pseudonyms and fake mustaches. Well, maybe not the fake mustaches. The owner said they'd meet us here to tell us exactly what the...
Hello, Oswald. I see your timekeeping has improved.
Kenta, this is your park?
Indeed. This time I am your client. And I intend to expose your true colors, Oswald. I'll leave you to settle in.
I always thought my true color was the pleasant rosiness of my cheeks. And I'm not one to hide that.
I don't think he means... Never mind. Maybe we should just go.
Definitely not. Kenta went to all that trouble to trick us into coming. It would be rude to just leave. Besides, we're not ones to shy away from a challenge. We'll prove him wrong.
Yes, I suppose. Looks like we've got our work cut out for us, though.
Hello, theme park enthusiasts, and welcome to Planet Coaster 2 again. So, we're got a lot to talk about in this episode. Let's start out here with this new scenario, Double Trouble. Coaster Coast has been hired by a mysterious figure to work on a park split in half. Strangely, though, they only want you to freely build on one half, and they'll give you strict demands on the other. Manage that fussy client and make this dual park a double success. Alright, so first of all, let's go ahead and pause. So, there's a couple reasons that I have moved on to this park. The first one is I tried several times off camera to improve the scenery rating of the other park, and I couldn't. It seemed, if anything, to get worse. I added things, I added a ton of animatronics, I did everything I could. I probably spent about 2 hours on it. Really, the only thing that I could think of was to pretty much destroy the entire park and start all over. And really, it's just not worth it to me. The more I've thought about it, I don't care to get golds on or platinums on everything. I want to play through the storylines just to sort of see how it all ends and stuff, but I'm really looking forward to building my own parks. And when they have a mechanic type of situation where the scenery is what's holding me back from completing it, I'm not going to waste my time on it. It's just not an interest to me. So, with that being said, we are here now in this park, and then the other thing is there has been several new additions to the game. So, let's see here. We should have some new coasters for one here. I believe it's the Vector Child Coaster. Or the Vector Child Coaster Return. One or the other is a new coaster that we've gotten. Possibly in blueprints here we'll be able to see a version of the coaster sort of all designed pretty. We have a couple new coasters and we have 2 new themes overall. So, not so sure about the coasters and where they are. I do know we got a flat ride, which I'm looking forward to here. Oh, we have a lot of different designs here, which is very cool. We got some new themes as well, though. So let's go to those scenery themes to begin with here. So we got 2 here. I did purchase the Toybox theme, and we should have gotten a sort of winter theme called Festive Theme here. So let's see if we have anything that fits these 2 themes. I think I somehow got out of that by leaving that screen. Alright, so there's nothing in there for the scenery themes. Let's try over here. Because definitely it's the other reason I want to go with this park is I want to use items that are from the 2 new themes. So with the festive, we got pretty much all of our Christmas items back. park doesn't exactly look Christmassy, but it's going to as we build here. So we've got all our candies, everything of that nature. We've got gingerbread, we've got icing, all that kind of cool stuff. Then we have some toy ones here also. So we've got like the Max Stormcloud figure, which I think is a really cool looking figure. Though very, very tiny evidently in this form. Let's make that a little bit different. So a cool looking figure. Sort of a robot. Sort of reminds me of Buzz Lightyear. Some sort of toy pieces here. Some blocks, a crank. Toy alien. Oh, toy alien's actually quite big in comparison. Toy paramedic. Toy police officer. And then we have the pieces for them as well. Got a cool robot. I like that. See what we have as far as animated things here. I'm very curious about that. Alright, so, ooh. So, they've brought back the carolers. Love that. Adam's screen. Don't know what that does exactly. Then evidently the toy figures all move, as does the robot. So, very cool on those. Very pleased with them. Then as far as flat rides go, I do know we got a couple new flat rides with this new pack. Let's see here. Can't do it that way. So I'm just going to go by here. So here is one of the new rides we got, which is a wave simulator. I think that's really cool. Definitely, since we're building a pool area, we are definitely going to be putting a wave simulator on this bad boy at a point in time. Let's see. Here is another one, which is the high roll. We've had this one before, I believe, in the first Planet Coaster game. It is, I believe it's called Samurai or something like that at a park over in Europe. They have a version of it. It's a sort of neat ride. But the one I'm actually most excited for is right here. We have Airdrop, which is a classic parachute drop. I think that's just awesome. Very happy that we have that in game and looking forward to using that, hopefully in this park at a point in time. All right, so first things first here, we're supposed to build a pool, a minimum 450 pool prestige. Let's see what else we have here. So we have to build this pool. We have to build 2 new flumes on Kenta's side. So really we're going to do some water park stuff here. All right. First of all, this is Kenta's side. All right, and this is Coaster Coast Park. Cool. All right, so we have this side here. Can I deal with the ground here? I can. All right. So first things first, let's get rid of this sign. I have no interest in this sign whatsoever. It's going away. There we go. All right. That's been taken care of. So let's go ahead and put our pool. I mean, this pool has a nice flume to it. That's sort of cool already. And we do need a flume. We need 2 flumes. I wonder if this one will count as one of the flumes. I sort of do like that. What were the rules about the flumes? Set to open at least 5 excitement. I'd say this is going to work for some of our stuff here. Let's see. That took care of the pool. Did not take care of the flume, though. Oh, because the flume is untested. Got it. So we got to test that to open. And then we've still got to put in another flume here as well. I like this terrain, so let's go ahead out of this. We're going to go in here and copy this texture. I like it. And then we're going to go ahead and just customize this other terrain. Let's see here. I do want railings. You know what? Let's leave the bridges as wood. They sort of look nice as wood. No, that'll be this material. You know, that's sort of better. Alright, that'll work. So now we can connect this path over. Need it to be bigger. Still bigger. And let's go ahead... do curving paths. Why is it like going into the pool? Yeah, how about we do that instead? Why are you being weird? No, that is absolutely atrocious. I don't know why you're doing this. Well, it looks like the new the new update has gone back to having the issues of terrible pathing again. Thought we were sort of past this, but this is really bad. Not gonna sugarcoat it. Alright, let's do that. Let's use a stamp for this last part here. You know what? To heck with it. Let's just delete everything, because that didn't work at all the way I wanted it. I want this pool. This is the pool I want. Can I now connect a pathway without it being a complete pain in my butt? Is that a possibility? No. The answer is no. This is rather stupid. Alright. Well, good to see that they've broken the game somewhat. Wow, alright. Really sort of depressing, because I thought the game was actually going in a good direction, but seems like it's now taken a giant step backwards. Wonder if this is a foreshadowing of things to come with this update? I guess we'll see here. Alright, so we're just gonna put in pathing here overall. For this whole area, I just want giant stamps. Hey, you know what? Make that into a 2. Fit it in there. Hey, you know what? We'll start with this. Good enough. We're just going to build our own pool because the game just does not want to do the things that we need him to do anymore. Let's see here. Okay. Really? Can I now just plop this down in this? Is that now allowed, or am I still going to be punished? Hey, imagine that. It actually worked now. Alright. That was far harder than it needed to be. And I've got 2 random lifeguards just floating in the air. Whatever. Alright. Test that ride before I go absolutely insane. Put in another flume here. Alright. Has to be at least excitement of 5. 4.75. That one has an excitement of 5. Oh, that one has a real high excitement there. I don't think this one's going to be exciting enough, actually. Let's try it out. If we have to, we'll delete it. Yep, it's not exciting enough. Alright, so with that in mind, let's just delete that entirely. And we'll put in a different pool. Why can we not build there? Alright, well, we're gonna have to change the walkway around it, but that's whatever. Good enough. There. Get rid of that piece, and it almost looks like we intended this. Alright. Let's go ahead and put in some flumes then. Alright. You know what? Let's put these going into the pool over in this direction. That did not work exactly as I wanted. Did not want to bury the ride entrance in the ground. Alright, so they are going to shoot off into the water a little bit from a height, but that's alright. Let's go back to this now. And let's go with a stamp builder here. There we go. Perfect. Alright. Let's go ahead and test this ride. That one's set to open. That one's set to open. And that one's set to open. Perfect. Let's go with dynamic. Dynamic. And dynamic. There we go. All right. Now let's pause for a moment because we need to design this pool still. Not the pool itself. Pool extras. There we go. All right. We need a couple of ladders here. We do not need this to be scenery themed, but we do need the ladders and such here. Let's go ahead and do one over here, one over here, one there, one there. We're gonna do some chairs lined up in this area. And then what I like to do is get every other one and delete them. There we go. Alright, we're going to have a high diving board right over there. And we will have a low diving board right there. We need some safety features. There we go. You know what? I think I'm actually going to extend the pathway here a little bit because I wanted to have enough room for guests. There we go. It's not exactly perfect, but it'll do nicely. Alright. We are going to need a staff facility. You know what we could do here? Come on, get rid of it. Thank you. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to make a staff facility. Let's go with a medium. We're going to do the staff facility like this. And then we are going to do restrooms there, a dryer area there, changing room there. There we go. And actually, we need to add power here. So let's do that. There we go. And now let us decorate this location and also add in the nice little path. It's actually all right. Now let's go to our scenery decoration. for buildings. And we're going to start with our theming here. We've done a festive theme before, so I don't... you know what? This is going to be a festive themed place because it is December here. I want to do a Christmas theme. So, let's see here. We need... I want to do gingerbread. Perfect. There we go. And unlike other parks and stuff that I've done, this one we are going to definitely decorate quite a bit. We're going to want this thing looking nice here in the end. So, let's see here. What else do I have as far as gingerbread? I'm wanting the pieces that are not attached to a building. Perfect. Can't do anything with that because that's gridded. Like that. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and duplicate these. Over to here. Perfect. And then let's see what we got as far as roofs here. Do I have a flat roof? Yes, I do. And do I have some kind of decorations here? Very nice. Keep pressing the wrong buttons. Alright. So, we'll put one of these over here. And I don't really care if this is getting my park rating up or not. It's doing what I want it to, which is making this building look prettier. Alright, so we got that on those sides. Let's see what I have for the front here. That's too big. Perfect. Alright, so it's a little hut. It works. Really sort of a cute thing for us to start with. Oh, I almost forgot. My mistake, silly me. Let's put over in this area. Not attached to that building. Alright, we'll have that. Let's get a drink shop going on here too. Yeah, let's go with a Cosmic Cow. And then... Perfect. Alright, now we need another facility here. And we need a connection. Easiest probably right over there. Perfect. Alright. Once again, going with our theming. I want this to be festive themed. Ooh, I've got Christmas lights. I almost forgot about Christmas lights. Really excited about Christmas lights. Alright, gingerbread seems to be the way I have to go as far as the buildings. That is fine. We will use the gingerbread. You know what? No, I don't want to use the gingerbread. I'm going to include in the toy theme because I feel like toys definitely fits along with the Christmas theming. It's presents, everything like that. So I've got more capabilities here. Let's see, what do we have? Don't want that. Cardboard. So we just got cardboard. You know what we could do though? I know what we could do with this. Let's do it as a bright red cardboard. And then for the sides, we're gonna go with a bright green. And then for the back, back to the red. actually, my mistake. We still need the green, because we actually have to go one deeper here. Don't know if that worked correctly or not. Think it did. Alright. Let's see about roofing here. So we got cardboard roofs or gingerbread roofs. Definitely going to be playing around with colors here, trying to have this be whimsical. All right. Oop. Hopefully everybody is excited for Christmas. I definitely am. I think hopefully it's going to be a fantastic Christmas. I'm really looking forward to it with my family. As many of you know, my wife and I are expecting, so sort of our last Christmas before the baby comes, but we're also really excited thinking about the future with the baby. So yeah, we're just excited overall. Definitely looking forward to this and seeing where things go. Alright, so we got the pool pass there. Perfect. Yeah, let's sync across shops. Yeah, we got to get them a pool pass so that way they can get in the pool. Otherwise, they aren't doing the pool. And we'll sync across the shops. Can't change that from having to 1 for some reason. Don't know why. Let's try it again. There we go. No, I was not able to get rid of the 1. Don't know why. That one's just going to have a 1. But now we've got these places set up. These now don't look as red as I wanted them to be, so let's go ahead and make them redder. Confirm that. Then we're going to make the black part green, I think. You know what? Now let's go back to the black. As I said, this is all about whimsy and stuff, so we're going to do these chairs up to be whimsical. Looks like people are sort of struggling to get over here, so maybe I need to move these seats. Not quite sure yet. Alright, they were able to get there. We're just gonna have to wait and see, I guess, if people decide to get in the pool or not. People are coming to some of the other shops, so that's a good thing. Sort of feel like what I needed to do here is get that out of there. Fine, let's just delete both. And then we will replace both in the locations where I want them. I just want the this one to be here. There we go. And then the Gelato Bros will be over here.
Gelato!
There we go. Perfect. Now we've got them switched around. One of the people that I sort of unemployed can now get in there. Perfect. Alright, that's all taken care of there. We've got this pool. We've got these set up over here for people to use as well. Next thing I really want is I want a tree. I want a nice Christmas tree right as you're coming in here. That's a mandatory for me. I really don't know what this thing does. Let's put it right there. I still don't really know what it does. But hopefully it does something cool. I guess we'll leave it for now and we'll see if it does something. Let's see here. I want fairy lights. I want them to be variable. Alright, nobody's coming to go into water yet, so that sort of stinks. But hopefully that will change soon enough. Let's see here. I want these, and we're gonna duplicate them on this side of the building. Angle snap.
balloon every day in jazz.
Then we'll put one out here. Perfect. Alright, people are buying food, but nothing else. Let's go ahead and pause because I'm going to need some things like trash cans and such here soon. So, let me get this here. And get this over on this side. And for those people who are saying, Ray, this is a desert landscape, why are you doing this? Well, I mean, I live in New Mexico, so this isn't actually that abnormal for me. We will have Christmas lights out and stuff. It might be cold, which is something they added with the update as well, is there is snow and cold weather in the game now, which is very cool, I think. But yeah, they will have those kind of things. It's just, it will still look like a desert for us. That's just the way it is. Let's see here. We have columns. Gingerbread columns. That's always cool. Decorations. Oh yeah, we're going to go with a nice holly wreath on either side of the building here. A little bit glitchy, but that's alright. See what else I have before I decide to put the holly wreath on there. That is sort of cool there. But you know what? Since this is going to be a Christmas theme one, I'm going to go with a wreath. But I'm going to go with the star wreath here. Alright. A little bit of decoration on there. Let's see here. We need to go here. I think it's there. Or no, here. Nope. There's where we need to go. Alright. We need some trash cans. I don't understand how this is a festive bin. Sort of like the toy bin a bit more. Let's change up the color of it. Now that looks like a festive bin to me. Let's go white with the front. There we go. We got those in place. Now, I do think the candies are sort of festive. Oh, it's an eraser. That's sort of cool. Let's go with a candy seating arrangement over in this area. Let's take out these two beach chairs. We could always put some more beach chairs over there should we need them. But let's put in a seating area here. I want the green. I'm gonna stick with my theming here. Alright, we got that. There we are. That did not work. Alright, perfect. So we got that going on there. This is going to be a longer episode, and I'm okay with that. Hopefully you are as well. Want you guys to be enjoying, but definitely wanted this to be a longer episode here. Wish I could change the yellow around the sides, but that's alright. We might decorate that at a point in time. No, we're not going to change the water to green. That would be nasty looking. Alright, so this area is somewhat set up. We still need a few seats. That's right, seats. Wish I could change the color of these, but I do not seem able to. Let's put a few of them around the outside here. As I said, would love to change the color of them to fit my color scheme, but you know what? If that's the worst that happens, I can live with it. Alright, let's go with all again, and we're going to go over here to properties, and we're going to go animated again, because I want to get my wonderful singers over here. Perfect. Alright, so they're there singing. We need another tree by them, definitely. Definitely need one over by them. Actually, we might need two. One there. And one there. Perfect. If we need to expand out this way, we'll deal with that here in the future. But for now, that looks good. Could use another tree over in this area as well. We're just wanting festivities all over the place. sort of hide that entrance over there. And I need to put a couple more trash cans along this side. And then one more of these right over there. Alright, we're good that way. Let's get a few staff in here. We are going to need some janitors, definitely. Probably 3 to start with. There we go. And let's go ahead and get at least 1 mechanic, even though we don't seem to need him right now, just so we have him. Then we have this new Max Stormcloud here. Let's hire Max Stormcloud. I think Max Stormcloud's going to do well for us. So, now that we've got all that set up, let's see what Max does. Oh, that's sort of what's over here.
Hey, Felly. Hey, Felly. Hey, Felly.
Alright, he's just walking around right now. People are eating their stuff there, though, so that's great. Alright, so we've got all that going on. We're going to add one more thing, though, before we end this episode, because, yeah, not ending it just this easy. For one, we're getting rid of this Coast to Coast sign here. Because don't need this. That can go away, perfect. And in its place is going to be the ride that I am most excited for. We're going to put in a ride right away. Boom, there it is. Whoops, need to place the entrance. We're going to place the entrance all the way on this side. And then we're going to place the exit right over here. Perfect. We got to connect the entrance path, but we also got to connect this other path here. So let's do that first and foremost. Really? It is just going to be this level of difficult. All right. I don't know what they did to the thing. I honestly don't, but they really seem to have broken the pathing system. It's quite bad now. And I don't know why. There we go. Was that hard? No, I don't think so. Alright. Back to pathing. And let's paintbrush this so we can go ahead and make it nice and uniform. And then let's go to the ride first, because I want to change this up. We are doing a Christmas theme after all, so let's make it Christmassy. I want those, that color. There we go. You know what? Yeah, we're going with that being red and green as well. Frame area, this can be white. All right. We'll go with that. And we're gonna make this dynamic. Let's actually go with premium. Let's go ahead and connect that entrance path. Let's see what we want to do as far as entrance pathing here. think we'll do the wood that we've got going on there. I think that's connected. So hard to tell. Oh, there's no power to it. All right. Well, that's an easy enough fix. I can do that. Let's go ahead and extend this pathway a little bit. We'll go stamp and 3. And auto snap turned off now. You know what I think we're going to have here is we're going to have another information desk right here because that's going to be important. Information desk right over here. Yeah, not really a fan of how that sort of connected, so let's try that again with it not being that way. There we go. And then we're going to go ahead and put this right behind here. That should take care of that. Perfect. Let's go ahead and get our pathing. And hopefully this can just... I seriously don't know what's going on with the pathing here right now. Also, get rid of that. Let's go to pathing to add this in so I get it the way I want it. Yeah, I want toy boxes. Actually, you know what? Because I don't know if the toy boxes will be the color I want them. Let's do the festive sweets benches. There we go. All right, perfect. This building is going to be decorated in the cardboard. Actually, we're going to do this one in gingerbread. So, this one will be gingerbread. Perfect. Don't know why it did that. All right. Again, very odd. Really is being very much of a pain in the butt here. Let's go and edit building and see if that'll at least stop it from being stupid. Nope, still gonna be stupid. Alright, well, that is the way it is. I will finish building my building, though. It is going to happen, and it can just deal with it. Alright, now is it going to do the same thing when I do a ceiling for this place? That's the next question. Let's go with this one. I like this one. Yep, still going to be stupid. Gotcha. Alright. As you can tell, I'm just sort of ignoring it at this point because I'm going to build this building the way I want it to be. And I'm not going to let that little glitch stop me from doing that. And then, oddly enough, it didn't do it that time. Go figure. Alright. Decorations. There we go. I want some piping definitely this time. I want some windows. Now, I want them to be sort of fictional looking windows. I like these. Alright, well, we're back at it again. At least it's being consistent. And that did not put it where I wanted to anyways. And then that time it did it fine. Oh, I put those windows a bit low on the side, actually, the more I look at it. Yeah, I want them more like that. And to end the episode, we will take a ride on the parachute drop here. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully you are as well. As I said, I think it's a really neat ride. I think it's a great ride to add to the game. Let's see. Do I want any more icing? I sort of know what I want. The question is, can I find it? I like that. Alright, so there's that. Definitely set this to open. There we go. Let's see. Oh, we need some benches and such over here. Get some trash cans to go along with it. And then finish it off in this area with some Christmas trees. Alright, so we're going to finish this episode off by riding on the parachute drop here. I hope that you've enjoyed the episode. There definitely seem to be some significant glitches that have come up in the new update, particularly with the pathing, but also with that odd thing that was happening with this building here. Hopefully they make a quick update to fix those. I don't think it's the end of the world by any means, but it would be nice to get those fixed so that we can enjoy the game and such. Just seeing if there's anybody going to use the pool. Still nobody really taking on the pool. Prestige is sort of on it. You know what? before we finish here. Something that I personally have liked on the different pools. Ooh, we've got a pool heater now. That's not what I'm wanting exactly. I'm thinking we need a wave pool section in this pool, if not for the entirety of the pool. You know what? Let's put a nice big one. Right over there. Hopefully that'll make the pool a bit more attractive.
Montana Redenta. Lemon Leaf Land. Hey, Belly.
Did up the prestige a little bit, so that is a good thing.
Oh, yeah!
Got the blue? Everything
Ha ha! Omulo, yes. Costume, Gonzapeta. Oh!
Alright. She's doing her thing. I think it's a she, not sure there exactly. And as I said, we will ride on the parachute drop here. Hopefully you enjoyed what I've done so far in the episode. We have a long way to go, quite obviously. We got to get the park ranking up, which is going to take more than we've got going on right now, obviously. But we will get there. I'm thinking possibly putting another slide into the pool. Maybe coming from over in this area here into the pool. But we'll see. Really sort of toying around with ideas still. I don't want to use up too much of this land because I don't know what they're going to want yet. But in the next episode, we are going to continue with spreading our Christmas cheer in the area. We are going to continue to make this place hopefully somewhere where people want to be. And also making it really fit the season. That's sort of my goal with this one. I want this to be all about the holidays here for people so that everyone can enjoy and have a good time. Hopefully I'll get this series sort of, or this particular park sort of done over the Christmas season here, but we'll see how that goes. For now though, if you enjoyed what I did in the video, please go ahead and click that like button. And if you've not already, please subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon, so you're aware when I produce new videos in the future. Thank you, and I hope to see you all back for more of Planet Coaster 2.